Welcome to the first new book releases of May. These are the titles coming out around May the 7th or during the week. Sometimes they're not always on the 7th. We have so many fantasy to talk about this week, but other genres as well, and there will be timestamps to separate them. I'm Morgan. If this is your first time here, I hope you find something new to read and subscribe. We're going to start this week with some fantasy, and first up is 5 Broken Blades by Mai Corland. It's the season for treason, and the King of Yoon must die. The 5 most dangerous liars in the land have been mysteriously summoned to work together for a single objective: to kill the God King Yoon. He has it coming. Under his merciless, immortal hand, the nobles flourish while the poor and innocent are imprisoned, ruined, or sold. And so all of these are coming together to take him down. But the ending line of the description is, "Let the best one win." Next up, we have the first book in the Lands of the Firstborn series. This is The Sword Unbound by Gareth Hanrahan. The first book came out last year, was The Sword Defiant, and it is following Sir Alfric as he and his 9, I think, companions were the heroes that saved the world from the Dark Lord. They captured his city, his magical weapons, and now time has passed. He's sensing that darkness is rising, something is wrong again. He tries to get his companions back. It says they're wandering adventurers no more, though. And yesterday's heroes are now today's leaders, and some of them might have even turned to the darkness themselves. I know the first book got mixed results. I still want to read it, and the covers still look cool. Now we start a new series, The Silver Blood Promise by James Logan. This is the last Legacy series. The premise, though, sounds a lot kind of like something I've already read, which I found interesting, so I want to see how that's going to play out. Lucan Gardova is a card-sharp academy dropout, and thanks to a duel that ended badly, the disgraced heir to an ancient noble house. His days consist of cheap wine, rigged card games, and wondering how he might win back the life he threw away. When Lucan discovers that his estranged father has been murdered in a strange circumstance, he finds fresh purpose. Deprived of his chance to make amends for his mistakes, he vows to unravel the mystery beyond his father's death. And the next volume in Lore Olympus by Rachel Smythe. This is episodes 127 through 152 combined into volume 6 of the webtoon that follows, Hades and Persephone in the Greek pantheon. One day I will start that one too. We move now into YA fantasy. Our first one up is Blood at the Root by Ladarian Williams. Leaving for college is complicated enough, but what if you don't even know the truth of your own story? 10 years ago, Malik's life changed forever the night his mother mysteriously vanished and he discovered he had uncontrollable powers. Since then, he has kept his abilities hidden, looking out for himself and his younger foster brother, Tay. Now, at 17, Malik is finally ready to start a new life for both of them, far from the trauma of his past. However, a daring act to rescue Tay reveals an unexpected connection with his long-lost grandmother, a legendary conjurer with ties to a hidden magical university that Malik's mother attended. Then we have a continuation in a universe, not the same series. This is going to be the spin-off to the Crave series, Sweet Nightmare by Tracy Wolff. Most schools are about being the best. This school, it's about being the worst. Calder Academy is where the rogue paranormals go, the ones who break the rules or lose control. And when that happens for vamps, werewolves, witches, and dark fae, it gets pretty freaking scary. I should know because I'm trapped here. Look, every 17-year-old girl thinks their mom is a tyrant, but mine just happens to run Calder Academy, which paints a giant target on my back. The way I make it through these dark halls is by steering clear of the things and kids who go bump in the night. So if you're a fan of the Crave series, maybe you'll be interested in the Calder Academy series. Next up is Spin of Fate by A.A. Vora. This is the first in the Fifth Realm series. Had to take a break for her to scratch the scratching post. I'm still not sure how to say the main character's name, though. We're going to go with Ania's world is governed by tyrannic law, a force that segregates people into upper and lower realms. It's said that if the sinful lowers commit themselves to kindness and charity, their souls will lighten, allowing them into the peaceful upper realms. But Ania is one of the few lowers to ever ascend, and she just wants to go back home. Ania is desperate to reunite with her mother, hoping she survived the beasts and wars of her homeland alone. After failing to weigh down her soul with petty crimes, Ania joins a rebel group, defying the authorities and bringing aid to those condemned to a life of suffering in the lower realms. Next up, we have a YA thriller, Lie Until It's True by Jessie Weaver. Amanda Pruitt needs redemption. She is the one, after all, who turned her sister in for murder and anonymously broadcasted her trial to millions on TikTok. And she was wrong. Her sister is innocent, making Amanda the villain, not the hero, all along. To redeem herself, she spends the summer in Colorado investigating the murder that seems open and shut. But when two crimes, one past, one present, intertwine, Amanda becomes the main suspect. It also might have a hint of the paranormal about it. Maybe. Or the character's just insane. Moving into fiction, our first one up is a sci-fi touched one. What's that called? The speculative fiction, maybe? It's The Ministry of Time by Kayleen Bradley. It's supposed to be for fans of Outlander-ish situations. In the near future, a civil servant is offered the salary of her dreams and is, shortly afterward, told what project she'll be working on. A recently established government ministry is gathering expats from across history to establish whether time travel is feasible for the body, but also for the fabric of space-time. She's tasked with working as a bridge, living with, assisting, and monitoring the expat known as 1847, or Commander Graham Gore. As far as history is concerned, Commander Gore died on Sir John Franklin's doomed 1845 expedition to the Arctic, so he's a little disoriented to be living with an unmarried woman who regularly shows her calves and surrounded by outlandish concepts such as washing machines, Spotify, and the collapse of the British Empire. Women and Children First by Alina Grabowski. Nashquinton, Massachusetts is a decaying coastal enclave that not even tourist season can revive, full of locals who have the run of the town's industries for generations. When a young woman dies at a house party, the circumstances around her death suspiciously unclear. The tight-knit community is shaken. As a mother grieves her daughter, a teacher her student, a best friend her confidant, the events around the tragedy become a lightning rod. Blame is cast, secrets are buried deeper, some are left to pick up the pieces, while others turn their backs, and all the while, a truth about that dreadful night begins to emerge. It's supposed to be a coming of age and generational. We move from there, though, to our thriller, The Return of Eli Black by Emiko Jean. It's been 20 years since Detective Casey Calhoun's sister vanished when they were teenagers, and ever since she's been searching for signs, for closure, for other missing girls. But happy endings are rare in Chelsea's line of work. Then a glimmer. Local teenager Eli Black, who disappeared without a trace 2 years earlier, has been found alive in the woods of Washington State. But Eli's reappearance leaves Chelsea with more questions than answers. Our romance this week sounds perfect for summer, while at the same time, how would the main character not know? This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Lucy is the tourist vacationing at a beach house on Prince Edward Island. Felix is the local who shows her a very good time. The only problem? Lucy doesn't know her best friend's younger brother. That he's her best friend's younger brother. Lucy and Felix's chemistry is unreal, but the list of reasons why they need to stay away from each other is long, and they vow to never repeat that electric night again. It's easier said than done. This is going to take place over several years of summers, I think. Or at least over several seasons. We end the week with Romantasy, The Deer and the Dragon by Piper CJ. This is going to be the first in the No Other God series. Marlo needs to believe she's crazy. The alternative would mean embracing the gift, or curse, shared by her mother and grandmother. She can see angels and demons, including a dark and haunting entity who's been with Marlo her entire life. At least she believes that's all he is until a fae from the Nordic pantheon strolls into her life and informs her that she's been sharing a bed with the Prince of Hell, a prince who's now gone missing. Personally, I find that, to be a bit creepy. That's all for our list this week, though. If there's any others coming out, be sure to share them down below so we can all check them out. I hope you found something interesting, though, to add to your TBR, that you enjoyed this video. You can go check out some of my others and subscribe if you're liking my content. Come back every Monday to find new books to add to your TBR. I hope you're finding something awesome to read today, and I'll see you in the next one.